What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Slackers, bringing you guys our next matchup in the upgraded tournament. So, new matchup, new results, and, so I'll go over the little spiel here. If anybody's new and you're wondering what's going on, this is a tournament that has to deal with characters that can only be upgraded into playable. So, assist trophy, spirits, background characters, me costume, that sort of thing. If you're a fan of that sort of an idea, it's already happened in Smash Bros. But if you're a fan of that happening again, this is a fun little tournament that we do. But we vote between one of the two characters. But how do you vote? All that stuff. Don't worry, the rules explain everything. All right, and the first rule is you got to be open-minded for this sort of tournament because, well, you have to be open-minded to the possibility that there could be another upgraded character to come into Smash Bros. For a DLC character, alright? Next rule. You only get one vote per person. Please keep it fair that way. Next rule. How do you vote? Simple. Down in the comments, type the name of the character that you are voting for. Just simply say, I vote for, and then fill in the blank with the character you're voting for. Do keep in mind, though, yes, you can vote for both characters. Just say, I vote both, if that's the way you prefer. Totally fine. Rest of the rules, though, double elimination tournament, meaning the character has to lose 2 times before they get officially eliminated from the tournament, and then once we get to the results to determine the winner and loser of each individual match, well, if there happens to be a tie, gotta flip a coin on camera, fairest way to break a tie, and each matchup voting-wise only lasts for just 1 week. That's it for the rules. Let's get to the rest of the video. Alright, so we gotta jump into the results from last week. Results are from a winner's bracket matchup, meaning whoever loses, still in the tournament. But the matchup from last week, we had was between, who was it again? King Boo from the Mario series taking on Raiden from the Metal Gear franchise. So who ended up winning this one? King Boo ends up getting this one. 32 votes to just 18. There's a handful of people that were saying, we don't need another Mario character. That's completely fine. I understand where you're coming from. Give new franchises a chance to shine, or give franchises that only have just 1, 2, or 3 characters. Let them have another, character in the spotlight. I'm all for that. But at the same time, on the flip side, for me personally, I'm not necessarily looking at a character when they get revealed and going, all right, is it from Mario, Pokemon, or Fire Emblem? All right, if it is, I don't like the character. I don't go that route because I just kind of go judge the character by the character. Not so much that the series they come from. Yes, could we have too many characters in one series? Sure, but again, for me, that's not a huge point, but I can understand why some people would say that, though. It's a pretty good reason, pretty good argument, though. But King Boo advances one step further in the winner's bracket. Raiden drops to the loser bracket, but Raiden's still in it for now. But speaking of still in it for now, new matchup today, we have the Hunter from Monster Hunter taking on the Knight with a shovel, also known as Shovel Knight. Let's jump into it. Not Shovel Knight. Monster Hunter's up first. So Monster Hunter, there we go, cool. But Monster Hunter's in a weird spot, right? Me costume. It's one of, somebody's going to have to let me know the exact number, but I think it's only 3 or 4 me costumes now that have yet to actually return. It's a very small number of me costumes from Smash Wii U and 3DS that have yet to return. Monster Hunter being one of them. Yeah, Geno's another one. Chocobo's another one. I think there's some weird, I think it's not like a first part, it's just some weird outfit, I think, that hasn't returned. But it's maybe 4 or 5, but it's a very small number. Monster Hunter is still kind of peculiar. Really? Monster Hunter hasn't returned? Nintendo and Capcom, they got a good relationship, right? You would think that we would have got the me costumes back by now. We got Rathalos as a boss and as an assist trophy. That was really cool. That was really unexpected, right? Everyone goes into Smash Bros. When they announce a new game thinking, all right, who's the new characters? Maybe who's going to be, shunned over to the assist trophy corner. But, the main idea is who's going to be playable. There could be a few people who would think, okay, maybe bosses. But Rathalos kind of really swooped in from out of nowhere. And it's just like, whoa, Rathalos? Okay, that's actually pretty awesome. As somebody, me, who's not the biggest fan of Monster Hunter, I've played it. It just wasn't a game that really grabbed my attention and made me keep wanting to play it. So I'm not a huge fan of the hunters from Monster Hunter. But when I seen Rathalos, my first thought was, That's pretty epic right there. That's cool. And I originally thought, probably like most people, like, okay, we got Rathalos, right? So Monster Hunter's gonna get a playable rep, right? Nope. And then going back, Mii costume, nope. Like, what's going on with that? Is there some? I don't know. Is there an idea that like did Nintendo call up Capcom when they were deciding Fighter Pass 2 and say, yo, actually we kind of want to put a Monster Hunter character in Smash Bros. And then maybe they worked something out. It could have happened. So Monster Hunter is, I mean, around the world, very, very popular. Even in Japan, probably more so than anywhere, right? So Monster Hunter, huge series. Again, been on multiple Nintendo consoles, handheld consoles as well, whatever. It's been on multiple Nintendo platforms there, okay? So, again, Nintendo Capcom work very well together. The Hunter, the one that I always say would work the best is the one kind of over here on the, I guess, the left-hand side of the screen. The one with the big blade. Why would that one be the one that I feel? I've mentioned this. It's the only actual Hunter from Monster Hunter that has fully fledged out voice acting. So they went and hired somebody to actually do these voice lines for a character. And that was for the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game. I guess Marvel vs. Capcom series in general. But that's like an actual character that maybe Capcom views as like, all right, that's like the face of Monster Hunter, kind of. That's the most iconic, most recognizable Hunter, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So, popularity, if that's still a thing, yes, popularity could be huge. But then again, what was that quote Sakurai said almost a year ago? It's more important that a character is fun to play as, not just recognizable. And maybe that's why, no Hunter from Monster Hunter has been playable, at least as of yet. Maybe they just haven't found a way to make them much more fun and unique to anything else that we have on the roster. Because, like, favorable comparison, Hunter from Monster Hunter and Byleth. Monster Hunter has multiple different weapons, same as kind of how Byleth operates, right? So you could see similarities in possible moveset there. Bow, blade. Monster Hunter's got like dual wielding daggers, so you could use that for potentially like a jab attack or something like that. But maybe a back air, kind of jab them back. But whatever, like you could do different things. What is it? The Palika or the Calica, whatever the little feline, the cat thing. You could get that involved in the moveset, so you could still separate and make the Monster Hunter character much different and much more unique than how Byleth plays. You can, that's totally easy and still fine. But I don't know. Is the Hunter gonna get a shot? Maybe. I kind of figured they would have had a shot already, right? I feel like they would have been in the roster, or at least we would have seen their like the Mii costume return at this point. But then again, that's what we were saying about Heihachi, right? Heihachi. Maybe that's what they're doing with Fighter Pass 2. All these old Mii costumes that have yet to return are all going to come back in Fighter Pass Volume 2 in some way. We got Heihachi with Min Min, right? So maybe Monster Hunter's next, and then Geno's after that, and then Chocobo, and then if there's anything else, that way we get every single Mii costume to return. But I don't know, it's just a weird thing, whatever. But how about Shovel Knight? Oh, Shovel Knight is in a weird, cool kind of spot. So Shovel Knight as an indie character, I mean, there's its own argument in itself, right? Shovel Knight is an indie character. But I'll get to that in just a second. But Shovel Knight was put into the game as an assist trophy. Huge for Yacht Club games. Huge for indie gaming in general, right? It wasn't quite a playable character, but you still got, like, I guess, is it the next best step? Is an assist trophy the next best step in Smash Bros? Or would that be like a boss, maybe? I don't know. Either way, Shovel Knight got so many... You get so many people. How many millions of copies did Smash Bros sell? I actually don't know. I haven't looked that up in a long time. But millions. Wasn't it over like 20 million, I think? I think it was. I could be wrong. Somebody, if you know the number, let me know. But anyway, so all these eyes are on this Shovel Knight, right? If you've never heard of him, you're like, oh, Shovel Knight, he's got a cool design. Maybe, get on the old Googler real quick and kind of figure out where he's from. And, oh, he's from Shovel Knight. Okay. What does he do? Cool. He's kind of like a nod to, older platformer type of games, which platformer, that's one of the bigger genres in gaming, right? So, like, I don't know. Shovel Knight's really cool, but I want to touch on the indie part of this, right? So whether you're a fan of Shovel Knight or whether you're a fan of just an indie character being actually playable in Smash Bros. I mean, I guess I don't know where I was going with that. I had an idea, but here's the main idea I want to get to. Sorry, that was random. Here's the main idea I want to get to. Would Nintendo be willing, business wise, to put an indie character as a DLC character in Smash Bros? Nintendo's a business first and foremost. Now, you go around and you hear about all the Shantae, Reimu, Shovel Knight. You hear about all these, top indie characters, right? They're like, oh yeah, I expect so much on my timeline on Twitter. I see all these Shantae things that are like, oh yeah, I'm fully expecting Shantae to be the next character. Shantae's guaranteed. Shantae, every fan base goes a little crazy, but I think people that support the indie characters, definitely go support it, but don't get carried away with it. Okay, like you're gonna get carried away and you're gonna try to like start convincing yourself that it's gonna happen, and then when it doesn't happen, you're gonna be mad at Nintendo for not doing what you're expecting. Like especially for DLC because it's so tough. Like Shovel Knight, maybe he's not. I don't know if he's big in Japan. I've never actually really looked up stats like that, but if Shovel Knight's not like big in Japan or Europe, and he's got just a pretty decent following in the United States, like Japan and Europe, they might just go, what is this? I'm not buying this, And the same thing, if somebody's got like a niche little following over in Japan and here in America and over in Europe, we're like, what is that? That's in Smash Bros? No. Lots of people are going to pass and people won't buy it. And that's the thing. Nintendo's a business. They want to make... Hello, there we go. They want to make money off of this. So, as we know with the first Fighter Pass, Sakurai did mention this in the Banjo presentation? I believe it was. The DLC was selling very well. Their expectations were met and probably then some. So, that's why they did more DLC, which was cool. But as a DLC character, is an indie character a good way to go? Like, I can see business-wise. Like, isn't that what this will probably come down to? Will they be willing to take a risk on, maybe a very lesser-known character? Because, again, these indie characters are indie for a reason. They got these small groups. They might be a very vocal minority, but if they're not out there for the world, it's such a big risk for Nintendo. I guess that's the way I'm trying to put it. So is Nintendo willing to risk a spot on the Fighters Pass in Smash Bros. For a character that maybe 2/3 of the biggest regions in the world haven't even heard of, or maybe barely heard of, and went, how did that get in before all these other third or first party characters? So Shovel Knight, Shantae, Reimu, all these characters are in such a weird spot. Honestly, I don't think indie characters... I've always said this about it. I don't think any indie characters will be DLC characters. At best, they'll continue to do maybe more of the deluxe Mii costumes. I think that's the best way to do it now. But then revisit Smash Bros. 6 on the next the next Nintendo Switch 2 console. Please don't name it that. But the next Nintendo console, revisit the next Smash Bros. And then maybe a first indie character actually gets playable, which would be huge. So... For me, though, between the two, since I'm not Nintendo and I'm not a business and I don't care about, what they make money off of, my vote is Shovel Knight. I think I just, at this point, I would much rather have Shovel Knight than Monster Hunter. I just like the character better. Simple. That's why I'm voting Shovel Knight. Let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Shovel Knight, Monster Hunter, or both. All are good options. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sneak peek for tomorrow. Tomorrow's matchup, we have Ashley, the assist trophy from Wario, taking on Jill Valentine. So that should be good. Jill came off a pretty good showing against Gino. That was a pretty close matchup. So we'll see if there's actually true Jill fans or if it's just more people voting against Gino. We'll find out. That's tomorrow. But also tomorrow's results are going to be from Hayachi, who's taking on Paper Mario. That is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out. Oh, before we go, there's another Smash DLC potential video. Like I did a Waluigi one 2 weeks ago. Crash Bandicoot last week. There's a new character today. Promise. That's a few hours after this video goes live. That is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, buddy.